So Gilas season na naman, and tong Gilas season na to in particular, ako na unang magsasabi sa inyo na I am not that excited kasi I'm not expecting a win this upcoming window. Hindi naman ako hater, like support pa rin ako sa Gilas. If they win, 'di ba? Perfect. I would be very happy, pero I'm not expecting anything right now kasi despite the attempt to keep the pool short, hindi shorter smaller and more consistent, more concise yung mga players. Talagang may mga hindi lang talaga available, may mga talagang conflicts lang, may mga ayaw maglaro, or may mga nagkaroon pa nung nakaraang window ng dispute. So, wala magfo-focus na lang ako sa kung sinong nandito. And anyway, nung isang araw or 3 days ago na yata to, naglaro sila ng tune-up game against Manawata Jets. I wanted to do a video about that, pero talagang hindi ko kaya, nahilo talaga ako dun sa video. Pero thank you pa din, 'di ba? Kasi meron pag Pinoy talaga makakahanap ng paraan. So, ako din naman, hinanapan ko pa rin ng paraan, skip ahead lang. Kasi curious din naman ako anong itsura. So, ayun. I want to talk about the newer players dito sa video na to or some interesting combos sa lineup nila ngayon. Again, personally, support pa rin ako sa Gilas team na to, pero I have zero expectations right now in terms of winning. This is like basically almost team B na to ng Gilas Pilipinas against stronger opponents pa. 'Di ba? Kung manalo nga man sila, 'di ba? Di perfect. Pero if hindi, as long as nagamit yung mga newer players o yung mga additions last window na hindi ganong nagamit and expected na ngayon magkaroon ng quality minutes. Kumbaga doon ako mas nag-aabang, doon ako mas nakatingin. Kasi yung winning, wala talaga ako expectation eh. Hindi ito yung best lineup pero sana, 'di ba? This allows the other players mabigyan ng chance, and ito na yung parang maging exposure nila sa international game. Makitaan sila ng potential. And maybe, 'di ba, pag talagang strongest lineup na yung kayang ibuo, makapag-step up sila as maybe second string, third string, whatever, 'di ba? At least experience pa rin. Ito yung totoong learning experience. And hindi ito cop-out answer or cop-out excuse na parang kasi talo or hindi ako nag-expect ng panalo. Pero yun na nga kung hindi ka mag-expect ng panalo, sana man lang, 'di ba? Meron kang experience na makuha. Pero anyway, ayun, again, I just wanted to talk about ang hirap kasi pag sa simula parang binababa ko kagad yung mood. Pero I just want to get it out of the way na itong program kasi na to nga, 'di ba, sinimulan with an intention na merong continuity tsaka commitment from a small select group of players na mag-grow together hanggang World Cup. Gusto ko yung idea. Like, ganun yung nasa isip ko din kung paano makakabuo ng isang team na talagang magko-compete at the highest level. Pero wala several months in, we've seen this lineup change every single window drastically. Diba? Nung umpisa, makunat pa nga sila, ayaw magdagdag. Pero talagang no choice na. And these players naman kasi rin doesn't owe Gilas anything. Pwede nila kahit anong gusto nilang gawin. Maybe, kasi, magte-30 years old, pushing 30 na rin naman ako in a few years or a couple of years. Maybe nagiging quote-unquote boomer mentality na rin ako. Ika nga ng iba sa internet. Pero I don't know. I don't see right now kasi the commitment na i-represent ang flag and talagang i-push ang program na to compete the highest level at sa highest potential na kaya nila. So, right now, pag-usapan na lang natin kung sino yung nandito at available at gustong maglaro. So, first of all, Kevin Kiambao. I've seen an article, Kevin Kiambao is going to play the 2. I'm not surprised at all kasi he's been playing the 2 naman from time to time dati. Pero, ang masasabi ko lang, nakakatuwang madinig na merong confirmation, di ba? Na parang meron tayong mismong verbal confirmation and merong intention behind it. So, hindi tayo haka-haka sa positioning na talagang meron talagang intention to put KQ sa 2 or sa 2 guard position. Kasi KQ naman is very capable, especially sa size niya na 6'4", 6'5". Perfect, 'di ba, sa ganung klaseng posisyon. And especially nag-improve yung talagang dribbling and playmaking ni KQ as well as yung shooting niya. Pag Gilas kasi off catch and shoot shooter siya, off-ball shooter siya. So really fits the position, especially if Justin Brownlee is going to play the 3 or 4 and it's going to be handling the ball a lot of times. Talagang KQ pwede siya maging parang tertiary ball handler, tertiary playmaker na umaatake ng closeouts because of his shooting. Kayang-kaya naman. And si KQ, tune up against Jets, walang Justin Brownlee nun. So, maraming minutes sila KQ, sila Tamayo nung game na to. Si KQ naglaro siya ng 21 minutes, he dropped 13 points sa 5 out of 12 field goals, which is very nice. By the way, ito yung scorecard. Makikita natin dito, Kevin Kiambao, 21 minutes, 49 seconds, 5 out of 12 from the field, 41%. 2 out of 7 from 3. At least tumatem, di ba? Unlike Stephen Holt. So, plus 25 si Kevin Kiambao, 13 points, had 2 rebounds. Of course, yung assist tsaka yung rebounds bababa if you're going to play the 2. Kasi, mare-relegate ka into more of a scoring option and not necessarily someone na magka-crash ng glass sa ilalim kasi playing the 4 or the 3, etc. etc. So, next players na gusto kong pag-usapan ay sina Mike Phillips and AJ Edu. So, kumbaga, I see these two right now as an interesting combination of bigs for Gilas Pilipinas. Kasi, if talagang ilalagay natin, let's just say, hypothetically, available lahat, di ba? Maybe ang starting or ang first string front court for Gilas is QMB and Kai Soto. Maybe the second would be AJ Edu and Mike Phillips. That would be the perfect scenario sa isip ko kasi they looked good together. Meron pa nga 'di ba si AJ Edu may assist kay Mike Phillips na dunk. Si Edu kasi and Phillips para silang opposite sa track. Si Phillips siya yung talagang maskulado maglaro, mala Dennis Rodman, Ben Wallace, 'di ba? And si AJ Edu naman, he's also a defender pero he's more of a finesse one kasi type of a finisher kasi si AJ Edu. Hindi siya yung Mike Phillips na talagang ipipuwersa lahat. Si Edu, he kind of finishes on top of his defenders. Parang floater, hook shot. Dumadunk din naman si Edu. Pero unlike Mike Phillips kasi, si Phillips talaga pinapuwersa. In terms of being a screener, si Edu can pop. Edu can kind of roll. Pero Phillips talaga, specialty niya yung roll off the screen. So, kumbaga, pag pinagsabay mo sila, magkaiba yung may bibigay nila sa'yo sa isang team. So, I think this is a very good second string big combination for Gilas Pilipinas. Lalo na kung isasama natin sa equation, 'di ba? Sina Justin Baltazar and Troy Rosario. Maybe si Balti and not necessarily Troy in terms of the future kung usapan natin. Maybe 3 years from now, 'di ba? Maybe Balti is the choice. Pero 'di ba, if isasama mo si Balti, itong tatlong players na to pwede mo tong i-shuffle Itong tatlo na to iba-iba yung makukuha mo sa each player dito sa tatlong to. So, good option or nice to have para sa Gilas Pilipinas if talagang kailangan nila ng depth and malalaki ang kalaban. Pwede silang actually, backup center by committee. Mag-short rotation sila sa starting lineup and then ito sa bench. Parang ginagawa sa Hinebra. Mag-aano sila, play by committee. Anyway, si Edu and si Phillips against Jets, they combined for 15 points and 12 rebounds. Si Mike Phillips, individually, he had 8 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 out of 8 from the field. And then si AJ Edu naman had 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 of 5 from the field. Plus 15 sila together. Si Phillips 9 and then si AJ Edu 6. So, susunod na pares na gusto kong pag-usapan ay sa backcourt naman. Pag backcourt naman na pag-usapan natin, si Juan Gomez de Leaño and si RJ Abarrientos na dati, 'di ba? Namimili pa RJ or Juan, 'di ba? I've always championed na parehas, 'di ba? Why not both? Kasi they look the same kasi pag titignan mo sila sa surface level pero magkaiba sila ng ginagawa Even yung numbers would look the same kasi si RJ had 6 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Si Juan Gomez naman had 9 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists. Kumbaga, visually the same pero they offer different skill sets kasi. Si RJ is more of a left to right shooter, pull-up guy. And then si Juan Gomez de Leaño naman, he's more of a north to south pull-up guy who can also drive. Kumbaga si Juan Gomez de Leaño, kung kailangan mo talaga ng basket sa paint nang hindi mo tinatanggal yung 3-point shooting, you can go for one. Pero if gusto mo nang talagang outside shooting purely, spacing, and maybe floor general abilities na talagang magse-set ng table, you go for RJ. So magkaiba sila Visually the same pero different skill sets. So against Jets ulit, they combined for 15 points, 8 rebounds, and 14 assists. Grabe, diba? Tig 7 nga sila. So ayun, these players sa table na to, including these two, si Justin Baltazar and Troy Rosario, si Rosario had 11 points, 5 out of 5 shooting. Si Balti had 5 points sa 10 minutes na nilaro niya against Jets. So these players to me ang mga kaabang-abang na players this upcoming window na I'm not expecting naman all of them to play quality and extended minutes, pero I hope sana kahit si Kiambao, kahit si Phillips, or even isa sa dalawang to, makalaro at pabigyan ng chance. Or why not both, di ba? Itong dalawang guards na to, maybe one of these players gets more minutes than the other, pero okay lang, basta magamit si Phillips. And then Kiambao steps up, kasi si Justin Brownlee pagod na, at may edad na. Kailangan naman ng isa pang player na bigyan ng chances or bigyan ng chance to step up offensively. And nangyari naman na dati, nagawa na rin naman ni KQ. Why not do it again? So, ayun, excited ako for this Gilas window in terms of the players and kung ano yung papakita nila and ano yung may experience nila. Pero I'm not excited sa results or sa magiging score ng teams kasi I'm not expecting them to win, pero I hope, di ba? Sana mali ako and one of these players or maybe a couple of these players mag-step up at talagang pumutok. Makachamba pa tayo against maybe New Zealand. That would be so nice para sa Gilas Pilipinas. So, ayun. Supposedly, dapat dalawang video pa yung gagawin ko. Ito tsaka isa pa. Pero hinalo ko na dito para isa na lang. And makapagpahinga tayong lahat para pagdating ng July 3, charge stop tayo lahat sa 3 p.m. game nila against sinong kalaban? New Zealand, I think. Yes, it's New Zealand. So, ayun. Good luck to Gilas Pilipinas. Good luck to all of these players. I appreciate the time. Yung iba dito galing pa ng finals pero maglalaro pa rin sila. Barely had any rest pero willing maglaro. So I appreciate the effort, appreciate the time. Good luck.